So many people lost their words recently. Well, truth is, I knew exactly where they were. They were stuck in throat. Similar to breath stuck in George's corpse, perhaps they desired to say more than what syllables could handle. And so when oppression put its hands around their throat, they say it was like swallowing justice's white fist and they couldn't fight back. Well, truth is, without the media, they wouldn't have fought back. They were happy-go-lucky, happy not looking, happy to be smiling in their own little corners, happy to just be alive until they said that he was dead. And it was right before they said, y'all, let's press play on this chaos, please. Let's systematically take advantage of this tragedy. Let's overload their systems with constant repeats, have them off balance like it's insanity. And it's sad to see that they won't see that there's only one real public enemy. And he is not concerned about color. He is roaming about like lion, seeking whomever to devour, using whomever proves a willing vessel. And while I don't wrestle against flesh and blood, this flesh of tongue of mine ended up in the battle tied up against itself. Yeah, see, I could set fires with this thing. I could unleash riots with this thing, and yet at that moment I chose to say nothing. Knowing that his death would be twisted into political tactics, knowing that cursing the system verbally wouldn't fix it, knowing that every prayer that I prayed without faith would be prayed in vain, I told my words to get lost recently. For I desired them to do more than just speak. I desired them to change the way that we live, to spark unity among the beautiful ethnicities of this one human race. I desired my words to please a God that places the change and the power of tongues everywhere. And so into the meditation of my heart was acceptable. I made my tongue an example of what it means to hold my peace until my peace was tangible enough to stand on its own 2 feet, not concerned about who else was supporting my movements. Listen, if God has given you something to do, then you should do it. If he has given you something to say, then say it. It doesn't matter if no one else is feeling the same spirit. Even if they don't even want to hear it, it's okay, don't hate. All assignments are not the same. And, well, truth is, if you need validation from the masses, then maybe your mission really isn't engraved. Be sober. For I've heard whispers in the wind that our vote doesn't matter, that the system is rigged and the fat just keep getting fatter. And to that I say foolishness. But even if it were true, I've come to the conclusion that I would still make my voice make chatter, that my vote will be heard in boardrooms and be broadcasted on channels. They will not say that they did not hear me, that they didn't know exactly what I ordered. I will make sure that my voice is counted, and I will peacefully accept whatever the majority supported. But you will not see me raise my voice to complain about results that I had no say in. Not because I didn't have a say in, but because I was too ignorant to say anything. Why don't you look around you? It seems as if nobody has any strings attached, right? But when media streams attack, pushing fear propaganda through tubes until veins go black, and they be toying with our emotions like our sleeves ain't intact, they say this is how you should riot. And folk be like, okay, we can do that. They say it's okay to abort 2 million of your own, and the same folks say, hey, does insurance cover that? God says, the Creator says that we should pray for our leaders, and we say he ain't my president. Have we been missing it? Have we been trying to regulate sin while also restricting the same God that provided enough blood to cover us all? Think about it. And then go ahead and start to read the positions on these policies. Don't be led to any booth blindly. Don't go premeditating the genocide of infants or cultured lies. Vote wisely, with your heart and with your head. And then question things. See if the ship that you've been riding on actually gets you to the dock you're trying to land on, and then don't let your boat go for sail. At least if your ship doesn't come back on top, that you would have known that you were once in the right race, pun intended. I need you to vote. I need you to vote louder than protest. Vote louder than unrest. Vote loud enough to influence the generations following in your steps. And even if you have to step out alone, even if you have to take the Brexit alone, I need you to know that you are never alone. And just like 1 + 1 = 2, + 2 + 2 + 2 equals a crowd, we have a responsibility to make sure that our voices are heard at the polls. And so for my final words, I say shut up and vote. Lao.